Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 6 video, bringing you a weakness policy MUDSDALE comfy team. Now, I found this team by chance, honestly, by chance. I was just scrolling through Twitter, and then I scrolled past the team, like a tweet that had a lot of different emojis, and one of them included a horse. I was like, I like horses. I clicked on that rental code, and here I found this. Now, I'm interested in this team specifically because weakness policy MUDSDALE has been something that I've been super curious about trying, have never had the actual guts to do it. And when Comfy first gained its popularity after the Olive Armor, I really just clinged on to Lapras and clinged on to Goodra. I never went to the MUDSDALE route. But MUDSDALE is a great Pokemon. It is a great user weakness policy and is a great Pokemon to pair alongside the Comfy just for that, you know, +3 priority Giga Drains, being able to get your weakness policy off +3. But hey, I like this team. This team is by And I'm Lenny on Twitter. I will leave a link to his Twitter down below. His or her Twitter. I actually didn't look into who they are, but thank you so much for making the team. You're the greatest ever. I appreciate you so much, and I love the fact that I'm able to use this right now. And on top of that, this is kind of like a hybrid Trick Room team. It does have a bunch of slow mods on this, along with the Lurantis, which we know by usage on this channel is a powerhouse. And, you know, Conkeldurr by usage is a powerhouse and is forgotten for some reason because Urshifu is out. But hey, guess what? Conkeldurr hurts more than Urshifu, believe it or not. Anyway, I think it's time we get on to these battles. We'll see you in the video. Now, I'm seeing a Terrakion, and the first thing I do when I see a Terrakion is I look for the beat up. Thankfully, I don't see a beat up. Unless Braviary has fists and can beat things up, I don't see a beat up. But what I do see is, again, the Terrakion. I see a bunch of fighting weaknesses with not a lot of resistances. 3 fighting weaknesses with 0 resistances to it on this team. Conkeldurr. You're coming, Tom. And what I'm also liking here is just a straight up lead. Let's just straight up do it. Let's do the Comfy. Let's do the MUDSDALE. Let's get this lead going. Let's see how that goes. Let's bring the Conkeldurr in the back. Let's see what else we need for this team. I do think the do we need the Lurantis? Nah, I think what we need here is a way to hit that Ferrothorn. And that way is the Shandy. Let's go ahead and bring the Shandy, which does operate kind of inside and outside of Trick Room. Can unset it if we needed to unset it and see how this goes. But hey, if you guys are excited to check out Weakness Policy MUDSDALE on the channel, you know what to do. Hit that like button, shooting for 100 likes in this episode, and also hit that subscribe button because we are shooting for 1,000, not 1,000. We hit 1,000 4 times over. 10,000 subs. Is going to lead with the boring standard Grimmsnarl Arcanine lead. I hate it. I hate it so much, but this is the world we live in, folks. This is the world we live in. It is a stamina MUDSDALE. So I think, do we care that much though? Do we just say screw it and just go for the Quake anyway? Maybe. Actually, let's go for the Rockfall. And the reason I'm saying let's go for the Rockfall is because we know that he could have a Braviary in the back. So in order to avoid us, okay, it didn't end up mattering, but in order to avoid us going for Max Quick into a Braviary and then doing no damage, let's go for the super effective move on both of those Pokemon while still doing some damage. I don't think we actually KO. I mean, maybe we do. We're +1, and MUDSDALE is nothing to laugh at, like, offensively. We get this Giga Drain off. It is going to hurt a little bit, but not too bad. It is also going to proc our stamina, which is really crucial here. We're just going to get our MUDSDALE set up very quickly. Now at +1 defense, +1 attack, +2 special, which doesn't really matter. But hey. And then reflect. Okay, so we definitely don't KO the Arcanine. Definitely don't KO the Arcanine. And then Heat Wave. I am so glad he went for Heat Wave and didn't go for a Will-O-Wisp. If he went for Will-O-Wisp, I would have been absolutely obliterated. But I think the reason he didn't go for Will-O-Wisp is because typically, like, MUDSDALEs will either run Lumber. We still OHKO through that. Was that a crit? I am so happy we just got rid of that Will-O-Wisp possibility. Like, you guys have no idea how happy I am after that one. And unless he gets rid of this Comfy, we're about to take over this game, folks. We have Floral Healing. We have Trick Room. I don't actually know which we should go for. I believe that what I want to go for is the Trick Room. is make an attempt at the Trick Room here. So we'll go for the Trick Room, and do we bother protecting? I don't think Lapras KOs us. Let's just go for the Quake onto the Grim, because this way we'll get our special defense up a little bit as well. And if we get the Trick Room up, we outspeed the following turn anyway, so we will be in a nice position there. But we really need him to not hit the Comfy. If he doesn't hit Comfy, I think I can honestly win with just even Conkeldurr in the back with all those fighting weaknesses. He's just going to Gigantamax the Lapras. All right. Also, comment question of the day. What do you guys think about Series 7? If you guys don't know, Series 7 was announced. So it's going to include some legendary Pokemon. They didn't say which ones, but some of them. It's not going to include Mythics. It might not include restricted legendaries. It'll include the other ones. Like, you know, your Genies, your Tapus, your Ultra Beasts, and friends. But yeah, what do you think about it? I'm kind of excited for it. He went for the Comfy. That's a little sad. We live at 7. Comfy. That is amazing. Wait, that was actually the... Wait, and this is... Oh, this is so good because we're going to knock ourselves out to the sand. This is such an ideal turn. We're going to knock ourselves out to the sand here and be able to switch in the Conkeldurr. And we still do like 80% damage. That wasn't 80. Like 70% damage to the Grimmsnarl too. While getting ourselves that +1. This is phenomenal. Comfy, I love you. Also, that looks to be a tanky Lapras if it's not able to KO a Comfy at that health. Like we were half. Like you should be able to KO a Comfy at half, I think. At least if you're a more offensive Lapras set. So that means it could be weakness policy. That means I don't want to fire attacks into it just yet. What I do want to do is definitely bring in my Conkeldurr, definitely protect and get my Flame Orb off, and then close combat the living daylights out of that Lapras. So let's just protect this turn, and let's go for a Max Knuckle. This Max Knuckle is not for my MUDSDALE. This Max Knuckle is for solely my Conkeldurr, just to make my Conkeldurr that much more oppressive. Scary face? He's gonna outspeed now. But if he can't KO Comfy... Oh no, he still doesn't outspeed. That's even funnier. Why is that such a fast Lapras? The thing is, if he can't KO Comfy... He's not KOing MUDSDALE. I mean, I understand it's super effective on MUDSDALE, but we're still +1. I went for a Geyser. That's fine. Gets us out of the sand, I guess. Into MUDSDALE. We should eat this up. Wow. I think we could actually take... If we weren't in the rain, we could have taken another one. But since the rain boost is going to help it, then we don't take it. What I'm hoping is... I hope the Lapras didn't make itself slower than my Conkeldurr. Because I actually have no way of knowing. I don't like that one either. That's an ugly Pokemon right there. But hey, I think this is a good opportunity to Rock Slide. And do we just Thunder Punch the Braviary now? While we can. While it's there on the field, just Thunder Punch it. Will Lapras knock out my Conkeldurr? I don't even think so. But part of me really wants to see a Lapras Gigantamax get one shot through Aurora Veil with close combat and Conkeldurr with Guts Flame Orb +1 attack. We go for Thunder Punch. It's my safest play. Nah. Oh no, we don't run. Okay, guys, we have to do this. I want to see. We're doing this for the YouTube video. Don't do this at home, folks. This is solely for YouTube purposes. Solely YouTube purposes. Braviary's gonna protect anyway. We made the right play. Accidentally made the right play. You want to see a close combat destroy this thing? Ignore this Rock Slide damage. It never happened. Come on, MUDSDALE. You're making this look less impressive than it is. Now, Conkeldurr... No! That scary face ruined me. Oh, my opponent's throwing. That's fine. That's great. This is still okay. Disgusting. And disgusting. What? I love this team, Lenny. Thank you so much, Lenny, for this team. I promise to read your Twitter bio after this game. I'm sorry I didn't do it before the match. Anyway, we still have Chandelure, which didn't really do much this game, but hey. It's here. It's vibing. It's living. It's around. It's not living. It's a ghost type. But hey. Yeah, now we just go for what's fancier? Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. Ice Punch, because we could freeze. And we can't really do anything else but Heat Wave here, so guess that makes our decision a little bit easy. Ice Punch onto the Braviary should be more than enough to Sash. Okay, he doesn't take anything out. Great. That's fine. Don't flinch us. Don't miss. Everything is phenomenal today. Taking home another win. We're currently undefeated in the season because if you guys don't know, I was recording this immediately after my Frosmoth battle. Or my Frosmoth 2 battles. If you guys haven't checked it out, that was yesterday's video. So yeah, we're currently 3-0 in the season. Time to play more games. That's another team you don't really see every day. The Scizor is a little bit concerning for me because it does kind of force me onto a Chandelure lead. Not a lead, but you know, just like Chandelure in general. The Dusclops on his side of the field, I don't know if he wants to set Trick Room against me. If he does set Trick Room, he just honestly helps me. So I am A-okay with that. I think honestly this is a pretty good scenario just to go ahead and lead with the exact same things before. He does have a big fire weakness on his team. He also does have a big electric weakness on his team with not a lot of resistances to it as well. So maybe even Pincurchin is a play here. Or just like, you know, my Conkeldurr. Just my Conkeldurr with Thunder Punch should be more than enough. But let's start this off with Lurantis, actually. I'm trying this out instead. Because Lurantis has Contrary, so he'll end up helping my Lurantis, right? But then he could also just Heat Wave my Lurantis. No, we don't want that. Let's go MUDSDALE. Let's go Comfy. We'll go Conkeldurr. And we'll go Shandy. Let's do the exact same thing as before. Sorry, Lurantis, you're going to stick in the back of today's episode. I mean, honestly, it could have helped. Especially against those two water types. I'm slowly regretting my decision, but it's okay. I'm regretting my decision, but I think we can still outplay this. We're just going to have to use our brains. That could be hard for us sometimes. So we put our hands in the faith and the RNG gods and let them shine magical sparkles above all of us. He's going to set Trick Room for us. Like, dude, that's cool, man. You know, I'm totes okay with this. I should outspeed anyway. So let's Quake the Azoo. Does he have any Fly Boys? I'm looking in the wrong place. Rotom. Rotom Mo. What are the odds he brings in the Rotom Mo? I'm not willing to risk it. I'm going to go for the Rockfall. And then I'm going to go for the Weakness Policy Pop. I don't want to risk it. There's no use. If like that would be a great switch in for him. Because if I went for a ground move, he's immune to it. If I go for a grass move with my Comfy, he's resistant to it. He's actually going to Dynamax his Azumarill right off the bat. So this is totally just like a Dynamax Azumarill plus Trick Room. But if he does Trick Room, he's throwing because we just learned that his Azumarill is faster than my MUDSDALE. But the thing is, like, if he attacks my MUDSDALE here, we just auto win the game because we can keep floral healing more than he's willing, more than the damage output that he'll be doing, right? So the more he hits us, the tankier we get, and we can just keep floral healing until the end of time. We honestly probably didn't even need to Giga Drain ourselves here, but it's good for the assurance. We're self-assured. And we also do give ourselves a +1 before he even hits us, which is nice as well. I completely forgot about that aspect. Max Geyser will connect. We should eat it. We'll not eat it. We're gonna... Oh! MUDSDALE don't mind that too much. But hey, it is the smarter play. And it looks like he did Trick Room. No, he Nightshades. Okay, so he does understand speed tiers. He will take out my Comfy here. But honestly, I think Comfy did its job. I now have a +2 MUDSDALE on the field. So that makes me happy. We do about half. I was hoping we would do more, but at least we changed the weather, which is big. It's going to help us live this next hit. Like, if we were still in the terrain here, then we would be in a little bit of trouble. But anyway, I go in with my conch. I go in with my conch for 2 reasons. I kind of want to bait him onto a Starfall just to avoid taking damage onto my MUDSDALE. And I also just want to protect and be happy about it. So let's just go for the Quake this time around on the Azumarill. There's no way he switches out his Dynamax this late in the game. And especially now that I have my conch on the field, he doesn't switch out his Fairy type. Conch is physically defensive. So, I mean, my spread isn't physically defensive, but like naturally speaking, Conch is physically defensive. So I should be able to take a Starfall if that is what he decides to do, which it isn't. Which is even better. Nice. Eat that up, MUDSDALE. So that would be +2 defense, +2 attack, +2 special attack, and +1 special defense. So we got a lot of stat boosts on the field, folks. And Nightshade. That ain't gonna be enough, Tom. Thanks again. We got a lot of stat boosts on the field, folks. And the problem is he has so many special Pokemon left in the back, so it doesn't really matter too much that we're getting all these physical boosts. Because I think the only other physical Pokemon he had on his team is Scizor and potentially an Arcanine, but probably not, you know? Anyway, like, if this thing isn't gonna go for Trick Room, I'm gonna ignore it, right? Yeah, go in with Rotom, dude. I'm gonna ignore this Dusclops. If it's not going for Trick Room, it's not a threat. That's at least my opinion. Let's take this opportunity to go for the Rockfall. So he had the Rotom that he could have switched into that whole time in the back. Yeah, let's go for this Ice Punch onto Rotom, and let's go for this Rockfall onto Rotom. Leaf Storm. He is committing so hard to that MUDSDALE, and hey, he did it. He KO'd it. Dynamaxes are gone. The Rotom will probably drop right here, though. And then I have my Shandy in the back that can set Trick Room if I need it to. But I really need the... Did he live that? Oh, okay, it's just sashed. That's not the end of the world. We could still Heat Wave here. We're going to take a lot more damage than we want to, though. But I do think we have to Heat Wave. Which ain't too bad. We're Expert Belted. We're not Focus Sash. Something to keep in mind as well. Or do we just take the opportunity to Trick Room? No, because then he could always unset it later. If we're doing anything, we're gonna Heat Wave, which should be enough to KO the Rotom, and then Ice Punch down this Dusclops, who isn't doing anything this game. So we just need to really hope that the last Pokemon my opponent has isn't a good Pokemon. I'm hoping it's like Scizor. Rotom protects, we Heat Wave next turn. Like oh, he avoids? Okay, that doesn't really matter. We weren't going for damage there. Nightshade again. He's really trying to stop my Conch. I don't like that at all, because it's probably going to work eventually. My Conch is my highest damage output, so it is kind of an issue if he keeps targeting it down. My only hope is that he doesn't have Pain Split on this Dusclops for some reason, because if he Pain Splits my Shandy, this could be a very hard game. Because then the Dusclops can remain on this field for as long as it wants, and then we would be in a world of pain. If the RNG gods really loved me tonight, we would get this Ice Punch freeze right here. Not today. Thankfully, he only went for another Nightshade. We take one more burn. That's good. So we need his last Pokemon to be not a Scizor. Actually, can't be a lot of Pokemon. Actually, I think everything he had in the field is still faster than... Yep, Arcanine. Ugh. That's bad. That's bad because we go down. We don't have Mach Punch, and we just go down. So here's what I'll do. I'll Shadow Ball the Dusclops just to prevent him from going for Trick Room. And just so I go down to my own terms, I'm going to protect with my Conch. I go down on my own terms, through my own burn. You don't take me down. I take myself down. Missed that Snarl. Dang it. Oh, that hurts so much. Why? Still enough to take out Dusclops, but I don't think we win the 1v1 versus Arcanine. Sadly. Sadly. Rain stops. Not that it matters. It wasn't that thing doing damage to my Conkeldurr. Oh no, we're gonna lose to Arcanine. Yeah, we can't out damage a Snarl. Like that's just beyond our control here. We brought it down really close though. Let's go for the Shadow Ball, just cuz. You gotta miss one of these sometime, right? We could double crit. That'd be amazing. That's still decent. Do we protect? Nah, that's just stalling for no reason. It's pointless to stall there. Like, he's just gonna take this. Yeah. I think we take one more. We live at 4. We really need you to miss. I would have forfeited this if it wasn't still... And that's why we don't forfeit it. You gotta feel bad for my opponent sometimes. This ain't one of those times. I am Lenny on Twitter. Thank you so much for making this team. I had so much fun with it. If you guys want the rental code, here it is. Make sure to check it out yourselves. Just because this team is a blast. And hey, apparently, it's really lucky. It calls upon the RNG gods and it helps you where it can. Anyway, if you guys enjoy this video, you know what to do. Like the video and comment down below and stuff. Let me know what you think about Series 7. I'm super curious because I'm kind of excited for it. I know I'm going to hate it at first. I kind of hated Series 6 at first, but I've learned to love it. And I've learned that it's actually pretty fun metagame. And I mean, this is a controversial hot take, but I mean... It's kind of my favorite series so far. Hopefully Series 7 will fix that up for me and make it my new favorite series. There are a couple of Pokemon in the Crown Tundra that I do want to try out. So let me know down below what you're excited for and like what you think about the whole series change in general. Anyway, I'm Kevin, this is Pokésports. Hope you have a great night and peace out.